All right, thanks, guys. The Royals take on the Yankees. Now, that's going to be a 1:05 Eastern first pitch at Yankee Stadium. New York opened the betting as a $2.65 favorite, total at 8.5. Now, we're seeing a lot of movement in this game here. And as a matter of fact, it is a 35-cent fade of the Yankees with regard to the money line. We also seen a little bit of movement upward on the total, up to an even 9 runs. So once again, the Yankees open 265 down to minus 230. Total open 8.5 up to 9. 68% are leaning Yankees, 59% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Royals are plus 195 on the money line. We have Lopez for KC, Paxton for the Yankees. Lopez is 0-2 with a 4.30 ERA for Kansas City. Paxton is 2-2 with a 3.91 ERA for the Yankees. Now, Kansas City is just 2-7 straight up in their last 9. They're also 3-6 ATS in their last 9 on the road. And of course, when I refer to ATS or the spread in baseball, I'm actually referring to the run line. So once again, Kansas City failed to cover in 6 out of their last 9 run line plays on the road. Now, the Yankees on the other side, they're 7th in Major League Baseball in scoring. They've also been winners in 4 out of their last 5, and they're 4-1 ATS in their last 5 at home. Now, total-wise, the Yankees are 6-1 to the under in their last 7. So give me the Yankees minus 1.5 and the under 9 runs in that matchup there. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to the show. Happy Sunday to you. Happy holidays to you, whatever you end up celebrating. Very important day for a lot of people. So hopefully you're having a great day, whether it's having dinner with the family, relaxing, watching some games, gambling. You know, believe it or not, the casinos are very packed on holidays. Not that I would know anything about that. But anyway, just want to give a couple shout outs to a few guys who've been very, very loyal to the program. We gave these guys some shout outs yesterday. So just want to give a shout out to Razlo, who's new to betting, Brian Natty, my man No One, Evil Dax, SMC Justin, Stephen Lewis, my man Jerome, Jerry Watkins, Ralphie Portuando, Mr. Keat, who actually, I said yesterday, he encourages buying the hook. That is Mr. Keat. Also want to say hello to Full Focus, Norwal Beats, Sean Hughes, who's a huge hockey fan, my man Matt May, who's sporting the very strong beard in his profile picture. Also want to say hello to Straight to the Point and the U-Dog, Ulysses, U-Dog Hayes. That's what I call him, Ulysses, the U-Dog. And of course, can't forget about my man Danny J, who's been with me since day one. But anyway, just want to quickly remind you to check me out on my website. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. We are red hot right now. Another 2-0 day yesterday. Absolutely crushing it this week. So please feel free to hit that pause button right now. Open up your browser. Check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. We do plenty of plays and picks on that website. And there's plenty of free content there as well. You're definitely costing yourself some valuable information right now. Each and every day you're not subscribed to that website. All right, let's go ahead and hop back into some more lines and personal leans for Sunday's Major League Baseball action. Now, all starts are Eastern Standard Time for this program, and we're going to go ahead and skip a few. We didn't do a complete full slate today, but we do have a lot of games we have to cover. So next game is going to be Washington-Miami. There we go. Nationals taking on the Fish, 1:10 Eastern first pitch in Miami. Washington opened the betting as the $1.90 favorite, total at 7.5. And since this one opened up, a lot of movement in this matchup here. 35-cent fade of the Nationals when it comes to the money line. We also saw movement downward on the total as well. We're looking at minus 155 and 7 flat. So once again, the Nats open 190 down to minus 155. Total open 7.5 down to 7. 67% of the consensus is leaning toward Washington. 73% shaded toward the over. Right now, Miami's plus 140 on the money line. We have Steven Strasburg for the Nats, Richards for the Fish. Strasburg is 1-1 with a 5.56 ERA. Richards on the other side, he's 0-2 but has a 3.57 ERA. Now, Washington does rank 4th in the MLB in scoring. They're averaging 6.8 runs per contest. They're also 4-2 ATS in their last 6 on the road. Now, Miami, on the other side, they're just 4-13 straight up in their last 17. 3-8 straight up in their last 11 at home. And when it comes to the total, Washington is 5-2 to the over in their last 7. Miami 4-1 to the over in their last 5, taking on Washington. Give me the Nationals minus 155 in the over, 7 runs in that game. Next matchup, it is going to be Red Sox Rays. 2:10 Eastern first pitch in Tampa Bay. The Rays open $1.20, total at 8. We're seeing a nickel fade of Tampa Bay down to 115. So once again, the Rays open 120 down to minus 115. Totals at 8. 51% are leaning Boston, 52% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Red Sox are minus 105 on the money line. Tampa Bay plus 155 on the run line. We have price for the Red Sox, Glass now for the Rays. Price is 1-1 with a 3.79 ERA for Boston. Glass now is a perfect 4-0 on the year with a 1.12 ERA for Tampa Bay. Now, the Rays are 6-4 straight up in their last 10, 4-2 straight up in their last 6, taking on Boston if you're into historical trends. The Red Sox are second to last in Major League Baseball in road runs allowed. They're giving up 6.3 runs per contest in that category there. Boston's also 25th in road hits allowed as well. Total-wise, Tampa Bay 8-4 to the under in their last dozen at home. Give me the Rays minus 115 in the under 8 runs. Next game, Dodgers, Brewers, 2:10 Milwaukee. The Dodgers open $1.30, total at 9. We're seeing movement downward on the money line and the total. $1.25 and 8.5. So once again, LA open 130 down to minus 125. Total open 9 down to 8.5. 62% are leaning LA, 63% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Brewers are plus 110 on the money line. Kershaw for the Dodgers, Woodruff for the Brewers. Kershaw comes into today's game with a 2.57 ERA. Woodruff is 2-1 with a 5.22 ERA for Milwaukee. Now, the Brewers are 8-5 straight up at home this year. They rank 7th in home offensive scoring and 4th in home offensive hits. Now, the Dodgers, on the other side, dropped 5 out of their last 7 on the road. They're also 2-5 against the spread, against the run line in that same category. And when it comes to the total, Milwaukee is 4-0 to the over at home when the line was 8 to 8.5. I'm going to lean toward the home dog in this one. Give me Milwaukee plus 110 in the over 8.5 runs. Next game, Mets, Cardinals, 2:15 Eastern first pitch in St. Louis. The Mets opened $1.20, total 8.5. Just a nickel move toward the Mets in this one, up to $1.25. So once again, the Mets open 120 up to minus 125. Totals 8.5. 63% are leaning Mets, 60% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Cardinals are plus 110 on the money line. We have Syndergaard for the Mets, Hudson for the Cardinals. Syndergaard is 1-1 with a 5.62 ERA for New York. Hudson 0-1 with a 6.07 ERA for St. Louis. Now, the Cardinals are 7th in scoring and 5th in home striking out. They're striking out just 7.1 times per contest at Busch Stadium. Now, the Mets, on the other side, have dropped 5 out of their last 7 games. They're also 2-5 in their last 7 on the road. And when it comes to the total, the Mets are 16-4 to the over for the year. St. Louis 14-6 to the over in their 20 games on the year as well. So I'm going to lean toward the home dog once again. Give me St. Louis plus 110 in the over 8.5 runs. Next game, Diamondbacks, Cubs, 2:20 Eastern first pitch in the Windy City. Now, this one opened up pretty much as a pick'em contest. Chicago minus 110, no total as of yet. Of course, as always, games at Wrigley Field, you don't normally see a total come out. You don't see a line come out on the total till right up until first pitch. So anyway, no total there. Chicago open 110, now minus 105. 55% are leaning Chicago. Right now, Robbie Ray is projected on the bump for Arizona. Tyler Chatwood slated on the bump for Chicago. Robbie Ray is 0-1 with a 4.64 ERA for the Diamondbacks. Chatwood has a 6.00 ERA for the Cubbies. Now, regardless of that stat, Chicago is 3rd in scoring and 8th in hits. Meanwhile, Arizona is just 2-5 straight up in their last 7 taking on Chicago. If you're into historical trends, they also rank 24th in road runs allowed. I like the Cubbies at home here. Give me Chicago minus 105 and winning by the final of 4-3. Next matchup, Astros, Rangers, 305 Texas. Houston's minus 195, total open 10.5 up to 11. 66% are leaning Houston, 56% shaded toward the over. Right now the Rangers are plus 180 on the money line. We have McHugh for the Astros, Miller for the Rangers. McHugh is 3-1 with a 1.96 ERA for Houston. Miller's 0-1 with a 9.00 ERA for Texas. Now the Rangers are 9-4 straight up at home. They rank third in home scoring, 6.23 runs per contest in that category there. Meanwhile, the Astros rank 21st in road scoring, and they're just 5-9 against the spread away from home this year. Now total-wise, Houston is 4-2 to the under in their last 6, 10-4 to the under on the road. Give me the Rangers plus 1.5 in the under 11 runs. Next game, Fightins. Rockies, 3:10 Eastern, first pitch in Colorado. The Rockies open $1.35, total 11, seeing movement upward on the money line and downward on the total. Colorado's now $1.40, nickel move toward Colorado, total down to 10.5. So once again, Colorado open 135 up to minus 140, total open 11 down to 10.5. 52% are leaning Colorado, 70% shaded toward the over. Right now the Phillies are plus $1.25 on the money line. We have Jared Eichhoff making his first start for the Phils this year. We have Gray making the start for Colorado. Now Gray is just 1-3 with a 3.42 ERA for Colorado. The Rockies are also just 2-6 straight up at home this year, 1-3 straight up when Gray makes the start. And they are striking out 10.14 times per contest on average, which is extremely high. Philly, on the other side, second in scoring, first in walks, getting a lot of people on the base paths. And when it comes to the total, Philly is 8-4 to the over on the road. So give me the Fightin' Phils plus $1.25, getting the job done on the road, and the over 10.5 runs in that game there. Next matchup, we're going to skip a few and go to the Mariners taking on the Angels. 4:07 first pitch in Los Angeles. The Angels open 120 up to minus 125, totals 9.5. 64% leaning towards Seattle, 68% shaded toward the over. Right now the Mariners are plus 105 on the money line. Angels plus 155, laying the run and a half. Mike Leake for Seattle, Berea for the Angels. Leake is 2-1 with a 3.86 ERA. Berea is 1-1 with a 5.87 ERA. Now Seattle is first in road scoring, averaging 8.1 runs per contest in that category there. So once again, the Mariners are first in road scoring. They're also second in road walks at 4.92 in that category there. Now the Angels have won just 8 out of 21 overall for the year. They lost their last 5 straight. Now, total-wise, Seattle is 80% to the over in their last 5 on the road. I'm going to lean toward another dog. That's 3 dogs in a row. I like Seattle plus 105 and the over 9.5 in that matchup there. Next and final game for the show, it is going to be Braves, Indians, 7:08 Cleveland. The Indians open $1.30 down to $1.20. Totals at 8. 51% are leaning Cleveland, 56% shaded toward the over. The Braves are plus 105 on the money line. Cleveland plus 170 on the run line. We have Max Fried for the Braves. Shane Bieber for Cleveland. Fried is 2-0 with a 0.92 ERA. Bieber is 2-0 with a 1.71 ERA for Cleveland. Now Cleveland is first in home hits allowed at just 6.2. They're also first in home strikeouts. They're striking their opponents out 13 times per contest on average. Now the Braves on the other side have dropped 4 out of their last 5. They're also last in road runs allowed at 6.43. And when it comes to the total, Atlanta's 5-2 to the over in their last 7. Cleveland 4-2 to the over in their last 6. Give me the Indians minus 120 and the over 8 runs in that matchup there. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. Once again, hit me up on my website. Link is in the description section below. And most importantly, thank you for watching today's program. I really hope you enjoyed all this free content, all this free information right here on YouTube. And as always, don't forget to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage.